Hey guys, welcome to Squirrirrel Warriors. Hey, I was just finishing up a couple of orders and getting ready to ship them out, but before I did, I thought maybe I'd bring you guys in for a little closer look, show you some of the details, some of the things that make Squirrirrel Warriors unique. This piece here is one of my rabbit riders. When I first started doing this, I got to thinking, what would it look like if a squirrel could make all of his own gear, his clothing, his weapons, everything from the environment he lived in. So I'm constantly asking myself, what would a squirrel use for that? And for instance, what would a squirrel use for a bowstring? Well, he's got to use deer backstrap sinew, of course, right? This guy's got a porcupine quill arrow, fletched with turkey feathers. He's got a quiver full of them back here. All of his clothing is made from brain tan deer skin. His quiver strap is made from brain tan buffalo. He's got a little obsidian knife hafted onto its handle with deer sinew. His quiver is sewn up, his knife sheath is sewn up with dogbane. And dogbane is a plant, and I really like using the fibers from this plant to make cordage. It makes a really strong cordage. It's got this really nice red rusty color to it. So if a squirrel needed a harness, he'd have to make his rope out of plant fibers, right? He's riding a cottontail rabbit. I like to harvest all these animals myself. His bow is made from red osier dogwood. It's got a little sinew wrapping up here too. I add a little bit of fringe, a little bit of twisted fringe to this guy's jacket. And also, I believe this is brain tan elk here. I like to add a little twist to that. It's kind of a nice detail. And if you don't know what I mean by brain tan, go ahead and just do a search and look that up. It's a pretty interesting process. There's too much to explain about it on this video. Maybe I'll do another one dedicated just to that process. But it's a traditional way of tanning hides where you just introduce oils into them. And you also use wood smoke. You'll notice that some of the hide is white while some of it has this brown color, tan color, buckskin color. But some of it is darker. For instance, his little tie for his jacket here is a little bit darker. And what gives it that color is wood smoke. Part of the process is forcing wood smoke through the hide. And it allows the hide to become wet and then dry soft again, whereas if it wasn't smoke, it would just turn into sort of a kind of a type of rawhide. But it also gives it that nice color. And the longer you smoke it, the darker it gets. The different kind of wood that you use to smoke it can give it different colors. Now I've got a couple of these guys I'm shipping out. Here's another one going to the shop here. Here's another one I got on the bench. And they're very similar, but one of the fun things about these is to try to introduce little details on each one that's just a little different. You'll see on this one the quiver styling is a little different than the other one. This one doesn't have any fringe on the sleeves of his jacket. He's just got a sleeveless jacket. His knife sheath is sewn up with buckskin rather than dogbane. His shirt's cut a little different. So there's always little differences you can incorporate that make every one completely unique. Next month we'll have another batch, and I've got a new one I'm going to be doing. It's going to be a pheasant rider, so we'll bring you in and give you a closer look at that one too. All right, thanks.